follow the story here. A snowstorm leads us to Brent Hill, which leads us to Paradise Point, the very aptly named Paradise Point. Back to the snowstorm. We'll get to Paradise Point here in a minute. The snowstorm that started it all, which led stranded motorists in Bryant, Alabama to Brent Hill and a heavy dose of Southern hospitality.
Paradise Point, a vacation rental, opened their cabins. Owner Brent Hill says he didn't think twice.
That's the way I was raised. You just treat people like you'd like to be treated. And that's just the way I was brought up. And I mean, people's tried to pay me. And I said, that ain't the way we roll around here.
That was Brent Hill's reaction when those stranded motorists tried to pay you to stay at his cabins. By the way, this is Brent. That's one of the 19 cabins that you own here.
Yeah, that's one of them.
You had a gentleman staying there. Was stranded from?
He was from Florida going to Nashville to lay tile in a bank building.
It's just one of many stories. How many people ended up staying here?
Total about 27. He just kept on insisting until he finally said, I'm going to give it from here and you're going to take it. And then I said, well, I'm going to give it from here and it's going to somebody else. Yeah. So we had a lady that her and her 10-year-old son they actually was broke down here. My cousin, he got a mechanic, called a mechanic. I went and got the water pump. We put the water pump on. That 200 and some more went to her.
Isn't that pretty neat?
Well, last year we done it one time. Yeah. There was one guy got stranded and he was in our tent, which is very nice. And he was making his wife feel sorry for him. And then he started sending her videos of inside the tent and this view. Then she wanted to be stranded with him.
When you bought Paradise Point, it was just basically raw land, right? Yeah. You bought a view.
Yeah, that's it.
And you created everything around it, which is 19 vacation cabins, farm area, farm animals, barns, horses. I mean, you name it, you got it here, man.
2 basketball courts, volleyball court, pool.
Big old pool.
Hiking trails, kayaks. We have a pavilion that seats about 80 people. We have a 2.5 acre lake that has fish. They can fish.
It's an oasis. It's a paradise. Yeah. I've seen some cool views, right?
Right.
This is one I have not seen yet. Matter of fact, before we started this interview, we delayed it. We just kind of stood up here just taking it in. 35 minutes from downtown Chattanooga. Do you feel like there's people in Chattanooga that don't know this exists?
Yeah, because we hadn't done a whole lot of advertising locally. You're 30 minutes from downtown Chattanooga, but it feels like you're in the mountains. And you are.
I could be in Canada right now. I wouldn't know the difference. Well, the accent sort of gives it away.
Easy on the accent.
I love the accent.
My son's got a friend that was in the military, been all over the world.
Yeah.
And he said, I've been all over the world. And he said, this view is up there with the best of them.
In Bryant, Alabama, maybe one of the prettiest spots in Alabama?
Maybe.
Maybe.
They need to come see.
How do they do that, by the way? How do they get hooked up?
We've got a website, or they can Google Paradise Point, Bryant, Alabama, and just click on our website. We're on VRBO, Airbnb, all those.
What a beautiful area.
Really. There's shoots that you go to and you get done, right? And then there's shoots that, like that, one has the view, you don't want to leave. And then 2 has the people, you also don't want to leave.
Yeah.
Brent Hill up there working with his 2 sons, a bunch of other family working with him as well. Boy, you want to talk about good people. Yeah, that's a handshake type of guy right there. And I'll tell you what, you could go stay anytime. And you know what else he's doing for some of those people? I mean, he's staying in contact with some of the people that stayed there this last storm. One of them has a job offer if she ever comes back with her kid. That was the woman that they helped with the water pump in the vehicle and sent her back home safely. So she's got a job offer if she ever wants to come back.
Wow.
Yeah, really, really, really special place. And I didn't know it existed, Michelle. We do now.
Very cool.